If you're PCS into the Fort Campbell area and you are thinking about purchasing a home, this is the video for you to bust those myths and give you some truth. Hey guys, my name is Shannon Johnson, your relocation military specialist in the Clarksville-Fort Campbell area. I'm blessed to service families like you on a monthly basis move to the area. If you're ready to start your relocation journey, please reach out to me using the information on the screen, in the description box below, or in the pinned comments. Don't forget to download my free Relocate to Clarksville guide. I've had military buyers delay purchasing a home for months because of VA loan myths that they believe. I'm going to go over 3 misconceptions that can cost you time and money. Number 1 is perfect credit. Many VA buyers believe they have to have a 740, 750, 800 perfect credit score, and that's just not true. To be honest with you, the VA loan does not actually have a set credit score. The credit score depends on the lender that you're working with and what their minimum requirements are. I've worked with buyers who have had a 580 credit score, and my lender was able to get them approved, of course, with certain stipulations and other things aligned on their profile. But you do not have to have a 750 or a 740 to purchase a home using your VA loan. The first thing I would suggest you to do is actually speak with the lender, see where your credit score is at, see what's on your credit profile, because in all actuality, lenders look at your credit profile differently from a credit card company, a loan company, or even a car company. Number 2 is you can only use your VA benefits once. Please don't believe that if you PCS to a different area every 3 to 4 years and you decide to purchase a home in that area every 3 to 4 years, you can do that. Of course, there are some stipulations to using your VA loan more than one time and owning a more than one home under your VA benefits. But you can use your VA benefits more than one time. I have helped families purchase here in Clarksville, and they decided to rent out their home and they PCS to Colorado or Fort Hood or Fort Lee, and use this home in Clarksville as a rental property and just purchase their primary home in another area. And you are well within your rights to be able to do that. And the reason I know that is because I myself purchased a home with my husband and we used our VA benefits. And when we were thinking about possibly moving to or PCS into another area, one of the questions I did have with the lender is like, hey, can we use our benefits to purchase another home but also keep our home here? And they did tell us that yes, you can do that. You just have to make sure that you are able to cover your property in Clarksville as well as your mortgage at another duty station, and you can cover this property in Clarksville by renting it out. So also there is, I believe, like if it's within the same state, it has to be a certain distance and mileage between the two properties. Number 3 is you don't have to bring any money to the closing costs. That is the third misconception / myth that a lot of VA buyers ask me and come to the table with. That is so not true. So yes, number 1 is you don't have to make a down payment. A down payment is a portion of your loan amount. So VA is 0%. You don't have to make a down payment. Now, if you were doing an FHA loan and you were purchasing a home, let's just say $300,000, FHA is at 3.5%. Your down payment would be $10,500, right? So with the VA loan, you don't have to bring that $10,500 down to the table because you are financing 100% of your loan. So that's a down payment. Now, if you're using your VA benefits, you still may very well have to bring closing costs to the table. So closing costs is your title fees, your lender fees, your realtor fees, and any other fees that it takes to actually process your loan. Now, the closing cost is normally about 3.5% of your loan. That is what my lender tells me is a good faith estimate when it comes to purchasing a home. So for a $300,000 house, you're using your VA benefits, your down payment is $0. Your closing costs can be up to, we're gonna say just an estimate of $10,500 in closing costs. And that covers all the closing fees, which the lender will discuss with you what those closing fees are. But me being your agent, I am strongly negotiate a lot of closing costs for my clients, simply because of the current market that we're in. I'm a negotiation powerhouse. I am a numbers type of girl, so I'm gonna make the numbers work and do what I can do for you, of course. But there is no guarantee. Nothing is guaranteed when you're using your VA benefits besides a $0 down payment. That is all. So yes, so down payment and closing costs are totally different in two separate amounts. I always tell my clients, no, you don't have a down payment, but you should, of course, save for your closing costs. If you don't have your closing costs saved, one thing that you can do as a VA buyer, and especially if you have a TSP, which is called your thrift savings plan, you can borrow your closing costs from your thrift savings plan. It's an entire process, but it's really not that hard. I've had clients to use their thrift savings plan to assist with their closing costs when we were in a different type of market. So those are 3 misconceptions that cost you time and money, and honestly stress and a headache. If you have more questions about these 3 misconceptions that I went over and the facts that I gave you, please feel free to reach out to me using my information on the screen, in the description box below, or in the pinned comments. And if you're looking to move within the next 6 to 12 months, don't forget to download my free Relocate to Clarksville guide. This guide is to help you about the buying process, how to relocate to Clarksville and buy a home all at the same time. I'll catch you guys in our next video. Bye.